Let me tell you about perhaps the most original foodies of all foodies, who is also a composer by the name of Gioacchino Antonio Rossini. He was born on Leap Day in 1792 and he died in 1868. He was the only son of a musician and a seamstress, and he was well educated and started composing himself by the age of 12. His first opera was actually performed in Venice when he was only 18 years old, so he was doing pretty good for himself. He actually gained his fame of operas. Now, even if you're not an opera lover, you're still going to know some of his operas, most likely William Tell Overture. So Rossini is the one that wrote that. He also wrote an opera called The Barber of Seville, and he wrote that in only 12 days. Now, in a total, he wrote 39 operas. He also wrote other stuff, but mostly operas. Many of his operas were very funny. He had a great sense of humor. There are some serious ones, but many of them are just very funny. He is also known as Signor Crescendo because he loved the use of great crescendos, maybe a little bit too much. One thing that's very strange and definitely sets him apart of all the other composers that we've looked at is that at the height of his career, he was 38, 39 years old. He had just finished the William Tell Overture, which people loved. They didn't always love all his stuff, but they definitely loved that one. He decided to retire. Now, part of that might have been his absolute love, and I mean love, of food. One of his very, very best friends was a very highly esteemed chef named Antonin Carême, who loved cooking for him. They kind of had back and forth. He would cook something fancy, send it his way, and then Rossini would write a little doodad of music and send it back. So they exchanged music for patisserie or whatever it was he was making. So anyway, when he retired, he decided, well, this is really great. I don't need to do this anymore. He had enough money. I mean, his 39 operas were doing just fine. At this point, he was living in France, and he decided to kind of be all about food. Every Saturday, he would have these salons where he would invite people, other composers like Verdi, even Wagner came by once. They would come and they would enjoy food with him. He loved everything about food. He loved how it tasted and how it looks and how it was presented, but he also liked how it brings people together. And so that was many of his Saturdays. They always had those soirees. With food. That's what it was about. Later on, the end of his life, probably about the last decade, he would write a little bit of stuff, no more operas, just like happy little light stuff that he would perform during these soirees. And that was really lovely. He ended up having cancer. They caught it. He had surgery. It didn't work. So he passed away, but he was in his 70s. So he had lived a good life, and actually he'd been retired for quite a while.